5 extreme military machines of doom. Number 5. Vespa 150 TAP. You may be asking yourself something along the lines of, what kind of military machine of doom could Vespa possibly come up with? The answer is the 150 TAP, which was basically a regular Vespa souped up with an M20 76mm recoilless rifle, which looks less like a rifle and more like a mini cannon. It was extremely powerful, given its housing, capable of punching a hole in 10 centimeters of armor. When the rifle is fired, the gases produced are vented out the back. This allowed users to fire the rifle even when the bike was underway, with crews able to make some pretty impressive shots. That being said, the rifle was always supposed to be removed from the bike frame and mounted on a tripod, if for the sake of accuracy, but operating it while driving would have been so much more fun. This scooter was developed for use by paratroopers to give them a little more kick after they were deployed. Dubbed the Bazooka Vespa by some, the bike only cost around $500 each, and 500 were eventually produced. The bikes were first introduced back in 1956, with an updated version coming out in 1959, and were outfitted with a 146cc two-stroke engine. Number 4. Schwerer Gustav. One of the most impressive artillery guns ever produced, the Schwerer Gustav is an awe-inspiring piece of military prowess. At least it was back when it was still in active use. The Germans built the railway gun in the 1930s with the specific purpose of helping to destroy the Maginot Line, which was a huge ring of reinforcements erected to keep the Germans at bay. It fired an 80-centimeter projectile and was capable of reaching targets up to 47 kilometers away, which is just insane. The entire system weighed around 1,350 pounds, and the shells themselves weighing a whopping 7 tons each. This gun ended up seeing lots of action, although it wasn't ready in time to take on the Maginot Line before France surrendered, being used against the Soviets in Sevastopol. The Germans ended up destroying the gun themselves to prevent the Soviets from getting their hands on it in 1945, meaning we can only see it in pictures. But even then, you get a sense of just how spectacular it actually was. This gun was the largest caliber rifled weapon that was ever used during wartime, and also holds the record as the heaviest mobile artillery piece ever built, with the heaviest shells ever used. Number 3. P8A Poseidon. The P8A Poseidon, built by Boeing for the US Navy and first put into active service in 2013, is a military aircraft that's designed for anti-submarine warfare, anti-surface warfare, and shipping interdiction, which is an impressive resume. It carries a payload that includes torpedoes, depth charges, and harpoon missiles, to name just a few. Its effectiveness is further strengthened by the ability to drop sonobuoys at will. A number of countries currently use the Poseidon, and any water-based vehicles that it comes across are basically sitting ducks. The cost of the project was around $33.6 billion, with each plane costing around $125 million, which is a ton of money. Still, all that cash was well spent, and the result is a terrifying aircraft that's able to do some serious damage without any effort whatsoever. Number 2. MirV. The MirV is worth worrying about if you're on the wrong side of one, as they're basically a ballistic missile payload that's able to carry multiple thermonuclear warheads. Making it even more impressive is the fact that each of these warheads can be individually guided to different targets, making them capable of achieving ridiculous levels of destruction without much prior notice. The first MirV was the Minuteman III, built in 1970. It held 3 warheads, each about 170 kilotons. Nowadays, these systems are capable of carrying many more warheads that are much more powerful, with Russia seemingly leading the charge. They have adopted the MirV design and incorporated it into all their missile designs since the mid-1970s. MirVs use a rocket to boost them into suborbital flight before releasing its warheads one by one, positioning itself before each shot to ensure accuracy. There are plenty of MirVs out there, and they're employed by at least 9 different countries around the world, with China falling just short of Russia as far as numbers are concerned. It goes without saying, then, that we'll have to contend with these troublemakers if any major conflict happens to break out, so we're keeping our fingers crossed for peace to keep ourselves safe. Number 1. USS Gerald R Ford. Considered by many to be the most impressive aircraft supercarrier ever built, the USS Gerald R Ford is a spectacular sight and is also absolutely enormous. She was officially delivered to the Navy in May of 2017, with plenty of work still to be done before being put into action sometime around 2020. Construction began in 2008 and ended up progressing rather smoothly, although there were a few issues that ended up causing some delay with regard to the supercarrier's combat readiness. Designed to replace the Nimitz-class carriers, it boasts advanced modern tech and is equipped with the state-of-the-art multifunction radar, which is a big step up. With a length of over 1,100 feet, she's quite a marvel of modern engineering, with 25 separate decks that span a height of 250 feet. The Gerald R Ford can travel around 30 knots if needed and can hold over 75 aircraft on board at any given time. 7 guns and 4 anti-aircraft missile launchers make the supercarrier not worth engaging, and we expect to see her kicking some serious butt whenever she's finally ready for action. Did we mention that the ship also weighs upward of 100,000 tons and costs somewhere in the ballpark of $17.5 billion in total to build, along with related research and development? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and hit that subscribe button so that you won't miss any of our future videos.